Ahsoka Tano, a character who emerged as a critical figure during the Clone Wars, found her narrative taking profound and complex turns in the aftermath of that devastating conflict. Her journey, beginning as Anakin Skywalker's Padawan and evolving into something far more nuanced, reflects a struggle for identity, purpose, and survival in a galaxy shattered by betrayal and tyranny. The conclusion of the Clone Wars left Ahsoka disillusioned and bereft of the support system she once relied upon. As Order 66 tore through the Jedi Order, the institution she had distanced herself from even before its fall, she was thrust into an existential crisis. Ahsoka had already walked away from the Jedi Council, disheartened by their rigid dogma and their failure to uphold justice and understanding. Her survival of the Purge was both a testament to her skill and a bitter reminder of the fragile line between life and death during those dark times. In the aftermath, Ahsoka faced the daunting question of what role she could play in a galaxy dominated by the Empire. Her first priority was survival, but she was not content merely to exist in hiding. Despite leaving the Jedi path, her intrinsic sense of justice and compassion remained unshaken. She operated under the radar, moving between worlds, witnessing firsthand the devastating effects of Imperial oppression. Her choice to adopt a low profile did not signify cowardice, rather. It was a tactical decision, allowing her to stay one step ahead of the Empire and its ever-watchful inquisitors. Ahsoka's time in hiding forged her into a more resolute and self-reliant figure. Stripped of the institutional framework of the Jedi Order, she became an agent of her own principles. This independence allowed her to redefine what it meant to be a Force-sensitive individual in a galaxy that vilified those who wielded such power. She no longer identified herself strictly as a Jedi, but she retained the values of service, courage, and empathy that had always guided her actions. One of the most significant aspects of Ahsoka's journey during this period was her role in the early formation of the rebellion. Operating under the alias Fulcrum, she became a vital part of the burgeoning resistance against the Empire. Her work as an informant and strategist placed her in contact with individuals who shared her determination to fight back, including the crew of the Ghost. In this capacity, Ahsoka was both a leader and a mentor, lending her wisdom and experience to a new generation of freedom fighters. Her presence brought an invaluable sense of continuity to the rebellion, linking the ideals of the Old Republic to the hopes for a better future. The ghosts of her past, however, were never far from Ahsoka. One of the most poignant and harrowing moments of her post-Clone Wars journey was her confrontation with Darth Vader, the corrupted identity of her former master, Anakin Skywalker. Their encounter on Malachor was not just a battle between two skilled Force users, but a deeply personal clash between two individuals who had once shared an unbreakable bond. For Ahsoka, this moment was a culmination of years of unresolved pain and questions. She had once idolized Anakin as a mentor and friend, and his fall to the dark side represented a profound betrayal not just of her trust, but of the ideals they had both fought for. Ahsoka's decision to face Vader alone, while her allies escaped, underscored her profound sense of responsibility. She did not seek vengeance but rather closure, and, perhaps, a chance to reach whatever remnants of Anakin might still exist within the Sith Lord. This confrontation left Ahsoka physically and emotionally scarred, but it also reinforced her commitment to the fight against the Empire. Her survival, aided by the enigmatic nature of the Force and her own resourcefulness, allowed her to continue her journey with renewed purpose. In the years that followed, Ahsoka's role in galactic events remained pivotal. Though she often operated in the shadows, her influence was far-reaching. She became a symbol of resilience and hope, embodying the potential for individuals to resist even the most overwhelming forces of tyranny. Her connection to the Force, while not tied to the formalities of the Jedi Order, deepened, allowing her to access profound insights and capabilities. Ahsoka's life after the Clone Wars was not just about resistance but also about understanding the nature of power and the ways it could be used to protect rather than dominate. Her later journey took her to unexpected places, both physically and spiritually. In her search for truth and understanding, Ahsoka explored the ancient mysteries of the Force, delving into its history and the philosophies that predated the Jedi and Sith dichotomy. Her encounters with these deeper aspects of the Force shaped her perspective, allowing her to see beyond the binaries that had defined her earlier life. This exploration did not make her omniscient or invulnerable, but enriched her understanding of her place in the galaxy and the larger tapestry of the Force. Through it all, Ahsoka remained a paradoxical figure, an individual who had once been deeply tied to a larger institution yet found her true strength in independence. Her post-Clone Wars journey is a story of transformation, resilience, and the enduring power of hope, even in the face of overwhelming darkness. At its core, her narrative is about finding purpose beyond labels and systems, carving out a path defined by one's convictions and values. As Ahsoka Tano's journey unfolded beyond the events of the Clone Wars, she demonstrated an ability to adapt to a galaxy in flux, while steadfastly holding onto her core principles. The Empire's reign created a galaxy of fear and control, yet Ahsoka's existence offered a beacon of defiance, a figure unbound by the Jedi's rigid orthodoxy and unyielding in her commitment to justice. Her post-Clone Wars odyssey further cemented her role as one of the most complex and compelling figures in the Star Wars saga. Her role as Fulcrum, an intelligence operative for the rebellion, was not merely about espionage, it was about fostering unity among disparate factions. She understood that to challenge the Empire's might, individuals and groups across the galaxy had to come together under a shared cause. This role required immense patience, resourcefulness, and trust building, as many systems and leaders were wary of aligning themselves with a fight that seemed doomed from the outset. Ahsoka's calm demeanor, strategic brilliance, and first-hand knowledge of the Clone Wars gave her credibility, while her ability to inspire hope in those around her made her invaluable. Her interactions with the Ghost crew, particularly Ezra Bridger and Kanan Jarrus, provided an opportunity to mentor younger Force users navigating their own challenges. Unlike the traditional Jedi mentors of the past, Ahsoka's guidance was informed by her own experiences of disillusionment and self-discovery. She did not impose rigid expectations on Ezra or Kanan, but instead encouraged them to forge their paths while staying true to their values. Her approach exemplified her understanding that the old ways of the Jedi were not infallible, and that survival in this new era required adaptability and humility. Ahsoka's mentorship was also deeply personal. Her connection to Kanan, a survivor of Order 66, created a bond rooted in shared trauma and mutual respect. She understood the weight he carried as a Jedi in hiding and helped him embrace his role as a teacher to Ezra. For Ezra, Ahsoka represented a bridge between the past and the present, a living testament to what the Jedi once were and a glimpse of what they could become. Her presence reinforced the idea that being a Force user did not necessitate conformity to a singular way of life, but instead offered the freedom to redefine one's relationship with the Force. Ahsoka's influence extended beyond the tangible realm of battle strategies and mentorship. Her survival of the duel with Darth Vader on Malachor hinted at a larger purpose tied to the Force itself. The intervention of the world between worlds, a mystical plane that connected time and space, revealed a cosmic dimension to her journey. When Ezra pulled her from her imminent demise in the past, it underscored the interconnectedness of their fates and the greater currents of the Force. This experience deepened Ahsoka's understanding of the Force as something far more profound and multifaceted than the dichotomy of light versus dark. This spiritual growth was complemented by her continued dedication to the fight against the Empire. Ahsoka's re-emergence as a symbol of hope highlighted her refusal to let despair consume her, even as the galaxy's situation seemed dire. She remained pragmatic yet optimistic, understanding that change often required immense sacrifice and that the fight for freedom was a marathon rather than a sprint. Her ability to maintain this balance was a testament to her resilience and emotional maturity, qualities that had been hard-won through years of hardship. As the Rebel Alliance grew in strength and cohesion, Ahsoka's role shifted once more. While she remained a trusted advisor and operative, her focus turned toward larger questions. Her search for Ezra Bridger after his disappearance with Grand Admiral Thrawn became a deeply personal mission. This quest was not merely about finding a lost friend and ally, but also about preserving the potential for the future that Ezra represented. His absence left a void not just in the rebellion but in the Force itself, and Ahsoka's determination to locate him demonstrated her belief in the importance of every individual's contribution to the greater good. Her pursuit of Ezra also brought her into contact with Sabine Wren, a Mandalorian warrior with her own complex past. The partnership between Ahsoka and Sabine was a fascinating exploration of trust, mentorship, and shared purpose. Both characters were defined by their departures from traditional paths, Ahsoka from the Jedi and Sabine from Mandalorian orthodoxy, and their collaboration exemplified the strength that could be found in forging new alliances across cultural and ideological divides. As Ahsoka's journey continued, her understanding of the Force evolved into something profoundly personal and unique. No longer constrained by the Jedi Order's dogma, she embraced the idea that the Force was not the sole domain of the Jedi or the Sith. Instead, she came to view it as a universal power, accessible to all who sought to understand it with an open heart and mind. This perspective allowed her to navigate the complexities of the galaxy with clarity and purpose, unburdened by the weight of outdated traditions. Throughout her post-Clone Wars story, Ahsoka Tano stood as a testament to the power of choice and individuality. She was not defined by her circumstances but by her responses to them. Her ability to adapt without compromising her values made her a pivotal figure in the galaxy's history, a bridge between eras, and a symbol of what it means to stand firm in the face of adversity. Her legacy is one of hope, resilience, and the enduring belief that even in the darkest of times, there is always a path forward. As Ahsoka Tano continued her journey, the galaxy itself seemed to reflect her transformation, a place marked by turmoil, yet ripe with opportunities for redemption and renewal. Her determination to locate Ezra Bridger and confront Grand Admiral Thrawn became the focal point of her later narrative, but it also revealed much about her character and evolving role in the galactic saga. This quest demonstrated her unwavering loyalty to those she cared about and her belief that even the smallest spark of hope could light the way in the vast darkness. Ahsoka's pursuit of Thrawn was not just about resolving unfinished business. It represented a broader struggle against the remnants of Imperial tyranny that persisted after the fall of Emperor Palpatine. Thrawn, with his tactical genius and penchant for manipulation, symbolized the lingering threat of a fractured empire desperate to regain its hold on the galaxy. Ahsoka's efforts to track him down showed her commitment to rooting out the seeds of oppression wherever they might take hold, ensuring that the fragile peace won by the rebellion was not undermined. Her search also emphasized her role as a seeker of lost allies, of knowledge, and of balance. The galaxy, with its countless mysteries and forgotten histories, mirrored Ahsoka's own journey of self-discovery. The more she delved into the Force and its deeper currents, the more she came to understand that her path was not just about opposing darkness, but also about nurturing the light in others. Her willingness to face danger and uncertainty head-on demonstrated a courage born not of recklessness but of purpose. Ahsoka's relationship with Sabine Wren during this time was particularly poignant. While their mission centered on Ezra's rescue, it became a journey of mutual growth. Ahsoka, once a reluctant mentor, came to embrace her role as a guide for Sabine, offering the wisdom she had earned through her own trials. At the same time, Sabine's fierce independence and determination reminded Ahsoka of her younger self, creating a dynamic that was both challenging and rewarding. Their bond underscored the importance of mentorship as a two-way street, where both individuals grow through shared experiences and trust. Ahsoka's exploration of the Force continued to take her to unexpected places, both literal and figurative. Her connection to the world between worlds hinted at a profound understanding of time, destiny, and the interconnectedness of all things. Unlike the Jedi of old, who often sought to control or predict the will of the Force, Ahsoka embraced its mysteries, recognizing that not everything could or should be known. This perspective gave her a unique serenity, even in the face of daunting challenges. It also allowed her to act decisively, knowing that her role was not to dictate the galaxy's fate but to play her part in shaping it. Her evolving philosophy also made her a figure of inspiration for those around her. Ahsoka's ability to reconcile her past as a Jedi with her current identity offered hope to others grappling with their own sense of purpose. She exemplified the idea that one's past mistakes or disillusionments need not define their future. Instead, they could be stepping stones toward a greater understanding of oneself and the world. As she delved deeper into her quest, Ahsoka's actions became less about fighting battles in the traditional sense and more about safeguarding the future. She saw the potential in others, particularly in individuals like Ezra and Sabine, and worked to ensure they could carry forward the values of compassion, courage, and resistance. Her legacy became one of empowerment, showing others that they had the strength to stand against oppression and the wisdom to navigate their own paths. In the end, Ahsoka Tano's post-Clone Wars journey was not one of closure but of continual evolution. She remained a wanderer, a guardian, and a force for change in a galaxy that desperately needed all three. Her story, though rooted in personal loss and resilience, extended far beyond herself. It became a story of connection, of finding one's place in an ever-changing universe, and of understanding that even in the aftermath of great destruction, there is always the possibility for renewal. Ahsoka's life after the Clone Wars was a testament to the enduring power of hope and the resilience of the human and Togruta spirit. She carved out a path that was uniquely her own, proving that even when institutions crumble, individuals can rise to meet the challenges of their time. Her legacy is one of courage, adaptability, and an unyielding belief in the potential for light to prevail over darkness. Though her journey may never truly end, it will forever serve as an inspiration to those who seek to make the galaxy a better place.